for me as a professional organizer and coach, I've been in the service business, again, like I said, for more than a decade. And like I said, I can tell you that the highs are much better. The lows empower you to grow. All right? Although anyone can start and run a successful business, a successful service business, how do you know if you have what it takes? But there are certain characteristics and natural strengths that make it a little easier. Before you start on this path, you should really begin to understand these characteristics and just kind of measure yourself against them. If these traits don't sound like you, it doesn't mean that you won't be successful. The point of listing these traits is just to give you an idea of the challenges that you may face, right, in growing and grow in the process. Okay? So I did share in the promo video 3 characteristics that's needed for a service-based business. Trust me, it takes more than just these 3. It takes more than self-motivation, it takes more than business knowledge, it takes more than good time management skills. But let me just say a little bit about those 3. Self-motivation, because a great deal of work goes into setting up and running a service-based business, and there's no boss, breathing down your neck. Let me tell you, self-motivation is absolutely crucial. You need to be a self-starter, and someone who can stay on task if you really want to grow your business. Business knowledge. You need to know and have some basics about running a business, not just your profession in terms of what you do. You need to know. You need to have some business knowledge and know how to run a business, know things about your industry and even related industries. This is something that can be learned. And if you're not at all, not all that business savvy to start with, it's well worth your time to study. Time management. Much of what managers do in companies is time management of employees. So when you work for yourself, you have to manage your time. And it really helps if you're already somewhat proficient at it, but time management skills, again, just like anything else, can be learned. And if you're willing to create new habits and stick to them, you can manage those skills and learn those skills. So those were the 3 that we talked about in the promos. Now, here are a few other skills. Organizational skills. This can be also learned if you don't have them already, again. But if you generally are an organized person, this will speed up your learning curve, especially when it comes, when the time comes that you're handling multiple customers and jobs and, multiple revenue streams. You'll need to keep all of these things organized. Management skills. It really, really helps if you're good at managing other people. It's possible that your business will never hire additional staff. However, you may have to at some point in time. And so management skills and managing people is a skill that you can definitely learn or, in fact, outsource if you find that difficult. Marketing skills. When service businesses are just starting out, they don't usually have the budget to hire marketing staff. And so you have to rely on, maybe online marketing such as SEO or social media, these type of things. However, this can also be outsourced if you have the budget for it. But you definitely will need some marketing skills. People skills. You need to have people skills. You need to have good social skills for interacting both with customers and with vendors and other business owners, so that because your business will rely on having good people skills and interacting with all types of individuals. Now, one major challenge for many self-employed people is that you have to be both professional at whatever service you provide and an entrepreneur. No matter what kind of business you're in, you will inevitably become an entrepreneur, even though you may never have thought of it as one before. You may have never thought of yourself as being one before, right? So here's some things that being an entrepreneur involves. Again, self-discipline and motivation, decision-making and problem-solving skills. You need to have a vision for your business and its future. You need to really be flexible and have the ability to adapt to, certain types of situations. You need to have perseverance in the face of adversity. You also need to be on a constant search for new ways to grow your business. Additionally, you need to have an understanding of your market. You need to have self-reliance, self-confidence, and ability to commit, and at least some sense of competitiveness. I must admit that I'm not the, how can I say that? I'm not the biggest person on competition, but I tell you, it is an area that I have had to grow into. So again, there's a great deal to consider in this, in this entrepreneurial journey. And the point of this is not to discourage you, but rather to help you to set expectations. These are qualities that will help you and will help you, which you should consider, definitely for improvement, because I can tell you again, some of these characteristics, whether it's the personal characteristics or the entrepreneurial characteristics, you will be challenged in those areas of being, an entrepreneur. And a lot of people, what they will do, they will tell you all the wonderful things about being an entrepreneur and, having a business, and, whether it's a service-based business or product-based business, whatever it is, a lot of people will share the glory, but rarely will they share some of the challenges and, some of the pros and cons. A lot of times we just talk about, a lot of the pros, but there are some cons, and if you're not ready for them, and if you're not prepared for them, then you will set yourself up for failure because you have not set the right expectations in terms of being in business for yourself. So let's just move on a little bit to some of the pros and cons. So how do you know if you're ready to start your own business, or if you're already in the service business? Is it right for you? Because although anyone can start and run a